April in Zone 10 is a very special moment in the garden. The late winter chill is gone, yet the harsh summer has not truly begun. The sunlight grows warmer each day, the soil begins to breathe, and gardeners understand that this is the golden time to sow a crop that is easy to grow, productive, and brings a clear sense of accomplishment. Zucchini. When you sow the first zucchini seeds into the warm soil, you are not just planting a vegetable. You are starting a living cycle between people, nature, weather, and time. Zucchini is a fast-growing plant that responds clearly to light, temperature, and care. This makes it a perfect choice for both beginners and experienced gardeners. With the Zone 10 climate, where April temperatures range around 20 to 32 degrees Celsius, zucchini is almost placed into an ideal environment for vigorous growth. But to achieve high yield, beautiful fruit, fewer pests, and continuous harvests, growers need to understand how the plant reacts to each natural factor, from soil, water, and light to timely human intervention. When starting to grow zucchini in April, the most important step is soil preparation. Zucchini does not like nutrient-poor or compacted soil. In nature, plants in the squash family usually thrive in loose, organic-rich, well-drained soil. In Zone 10, gardeners often face a familiar reality: dry, compacted soil lacking organic matter. Prolonged, strong sunlight, high temperatures, and irregular rainfall cause the surface layer to lose moisture quickly, becoming hard like concrete when dry, yet easily crusting when watered. Under such conditions, many people think they must improve the entire garden to grow zucchini successfully. However, a more effective and practical approach is to improve the soil at each planting point, creating a favorable environment right where the plant grows, instead of trying to change the entire soil system at once. First, it is necessary to clearly understand the nature of dry soil in hot climates. This type of soil is often low in humus, with loose, or conversely, heavily compacted structure, making it difficult for roots to penetrate deeply. When watered, the surface layer may dry quickly again, while the lower part does not retain moisture for long. This prevents zucchini, which has a wide root system, from absorbing enough water and nutrients. Therefore, the goal of soil improvement is not to make the soil perfect immediately, but to create a loose zone sufficient for root development in the early stage. Once the roots are strong, the plant will adapt better to the surrounding environment. An effective method is digging localized planting holes for each zucchini plant. Instead of tilling the entire area, the grower only needs to dig holes about 40 to 50 centimeters wide and 30 to 40 centimeters deep. The removed soil is mixed with compost, well-rotted organic manure, or potting soil. When mixing, some original soil should be kept so the plant adapts to the natural environment, while organic materials are added to increase looseness. This mixture is then returned to the hole, forming a good soil pocket within the dry ground. When zucchini seeds are sown in the center, the roots will quickly develop in the improved soil, then gradually spread outward once strong enough. This method saves effort and is especially suitable for hot climates where large-scale soil improvement is difficult to maintain long-term. In cases where soil is extremely hard or clay-heavy, creating raised mounds is an effective additional solution. Growers can build a mound about 20 to 30 centimeters high and 60 to 80 centimeters in diameter using the improved soil mixture. The mound allows roots to develop more easily because the upper layer is loose and well-drained. In addition, raised mounds warm up quickly in the morning and reduce the risk of root saturation during deep watering. In Zone 10 climates, where soil temperatures can rise sharply at midday, mounds also help regulate temperature and reduce stress on young plants. If compost is not available, growers can still improve soil using simple materials such as bagged garden soil, worm castings, crushed dry leaves, or other available organic sources. The key is adding materials that improve looseness and water retention. Even mixing dry leaves into the soil can create noticeable differences after a few weeks. As organic matter decomposes, soil becomes softer, retains moisture longer, and earthworms begin to appear, a sign that the soil ecosystem is recovering. Therefore, before sowing seeds, take time to improve the soil. When you gently squeeze the improved soil in your hand, it should feel soft, crumbly, and easily break apart. That is the sign the soil is ready. This is not just a technique, but also a way humans create the most natural environment for plant growth. Improving dry soil in hot climates does not require complex techniques. By focusing on each planting point, adding organic materials, applying mulch, and watering properly, growers can create a favorable environment for zucchini. This is a practical and sustainable approach where humans do not try to fight nature, but gently adjust so plants can grow within existing conditions. Once this principle is understood, even the driest soil can become the starting point for a successful zucchini season. After soil preparation, sowing should be done directly outdoors. In Zone 10, there is no need to start seedlings because soil temperatures are already warm enough. Zucchini seeds should be planted about 2 to 3 centimeters deep, with spacing of 60 to 90 centimeters between holes. This spacing is important because zucchini spreads widely. If planted too densely, plants compete for light and air, increasing fungal risk. When sowing seeds, water lightly to maintain moisture, but avoid waterlogging. In the first 3 to 5 days, seeds absorb water, the coat softens, and the first root begins penetrating the soil. This is an early yet vibrant stage, when the plant starts connecting with its environment. After sowing, applying mulch becomes essential. A 5 to 8 centimeter layer of straw, dry leaves, grass, or bark helps retain moisture and protect the improved soil structure. Mulch acts as natural insulation, reducing evaporation and preventing soil cracking. As it decomposes, it adds organic matter and improves long-term soil structure. In hot, dry environments, mulch not only saves water, but also supports soil microorganisms, improving natural fertility. About 1 week later, the first green sprouts emerge. At this stage, light plays a decisive role. Zucchini requires at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight daily. In April, sunlight in Zone 10 is relatively gentle, helping plants grow without leaf burn. Growers should observe sun direction to ensure plants are not shaded by fences, large trees, or structures. When receiving enough light, leaves expand quickly, stems thicken, and color becomes deep green, signs of a healthy plant. During the second and third weeks, growth accelerates. Water becomes crucial. Zucchini prefers moist soil, but not waterlogged conditions. The simple rule is deep watering, but not too frequently. When watering, apply water at the base rather than on leaves. This reduces fungal risk and encourages deeper root growth. In April conditions, watering 2 to 3 times per week is usually enough, depending on weather and soil type. If temperatures rise, straw or mulch can be added to retain moisture. This is how humans support plants while maintaining natural soil balance. Watering should also adapt to dry soil. When soil is very dry, water tends to run off instead of soaking in. Therefore, lightly water first, wait a few minutes, then water deeply again. This method helps water reach the root zone evenly and encourages deeper roots. As roots grow deeper, zucchini tolerates heat better and relies less on frequent watering. Over time, as improved soil retains moisture better, watering frequency can decrease while plants remain stable. Gardeners will notice clear changes. Soil no longer hardens when dry, moisture lasts longer, and zucchini grows vigorously with wide leaves and thick stems. This is the result of targeted improvement rather than trying to change the entire garden. Around week 4, plants begin flowering. This is the most interesting stage as you observe interaction between plant and environment. Zucchini has male and female flowers. Male flowers appear first to attract bees and insects. Then female flowers appear with a small swelling behind them, the young fruit. If many pollinators are present, fruit formation happens naturally. However, if weather is too hot or insects are scarce, hand pollination can be done by gently touching a male flower to a female flower. This is a clear example of subtle human support in the growth cycle. After successful pollination, zucchini grows rapidly. Within 4 to 7 days, fruit can reach harvest size. It is important not to let fruit grow too large. Harvesting at 15 to 20 centimeters encourages continued flowering and new fruit. If fruit is left to mature, the plant directs energy to seeds and reduces yield. Frequent harvesting increases productivity and keeps plants healthy. From week 6 onward, plants reach peak growth. Broad foliage covers the soil, flowers bloom continuously, and fruit appears daily. This is when gardeners feel the connection between effort and reward. Harvest zucchini in the early morning while fresh. After harvest, zucchini can be cooked immediately, grilled, sautéed, made into salad, or refrigerated. For larger growers, zucchini can be sold at local farmers markets, as it is popular among Americans. If you want to save seeds, choose the healthiest fruit and let it mature on the plant. When the fruit changes color and hardens, harvest and remove seeds. Wash seeds, dry them in shade, and store in a dry place. Saving seeds not only reduces costs, but creates a closed cycle between grower and nature. Through the entire process from sowing to harvest, zucchini offers a simple yet profound lesson. When humans understand nature's rhythm, gardening becomes much easier. April sunlight, warm soil, adequate water, and patient observation combine to create a successful season. No complex techniques are needed, only understanding basic principles and respecting plant growth laws. Zucchini is not just a vegetable, but proof of smart gardening. Minimal intervention at the right time, more observation, and balanced action. When you see the first zucchini fruits growing, you realize the garden provides not only food, but also a sense of connection to soil, weather, and life itself. Thank you for taking the time to follow content from Grow Smart Garden. If you find this article helpful, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss practical, easy to apply, and effective gardening knowledge. Wishing you a successful April planting season, and see you in the next content.